So, a lot of you might be wondering if some of the persons who have been posting about weather manipulation, like the manipulation of the weather, yeah, cold, hot, whirlwinds, hurricanes, and you probably think that some of these people who are talking about these things are crazy. No, they're not. And you have to research, people. You have to research. And let me tell you exactly what to go and research. You see, NASA, the same fake space agent place there with all them secrets. Find out what is DARPA, D-A-R-P-A, and what is HARP, H-A-A-R-P. I think it's H and two A's, H-A-A-R-P, HARP. Find out what they are. You have private companies and governments who decides to just send planes out there because we're scientists and we're testing things. We just want to see something. So they release certain chemicals in the atmosphere, and of course, it creates what we have: hurricanes, whirlwinds, and violent storms. Now, I'm going to say this to you. The rest of us sit waiting for our buildings to be demolished, to be ravaged by hurricanes and stuff, possibly created by other governments and companies who sit back and watching it, how it unfolds, and even getting excited when a flipping storm jumps from just a storm to a category 4 hurricane, and you're not concerned in less than 24 hours. From a storm to a category 4 in less than 24 hours. Call me crazy. I am 40 years old. I've been around before Gilbert, just 3 years before Gilbert, and I remember Gilbert. You better believe me, remember Gilbert. Yeah? And I've never seen it happen like this. Never. In 2019, there was Dorian that came to the Bahamas. Same storm, category 5, moving very slow. At one point, I remember when one of the meteorologists, persons who reads weather, was saying, it's just sitting there. It's not moving. And it's hounding down and pounding and pounding and hounding down on the people of Bahamas. A lot of people died. A lot of Haitians and a lot of people died on the Family Islands. Homes were covered. I mean, we're talking about 2-story buildings were covered in water. A horrific experience for a lot of people who remember that storm in 2019. Hurricane Dorian. It was a category 5. And category 5, for those who don't know, that's the actual farthest, or in terms of a scale, how they measure it, that's the highest category, rather, not the farthest. That's the highest category that a hurricane can go for now. So it could have been 6 or 7 or 8 if they had other levels, but it stops at 5. But 5 still have intensifying limits. I don't know if these people who are manipulating the weather while we suffer, we are guinea pigs to their experiments, and we have to be finding monies for groceries and for hardware supplies to batten down and stuff. And you know something? Our governments, they don't talk about these things, because you know why? The corporations, the private companies, some of them, they are the same ones sending you aid with the aftermath. They're like, yeah, we could help with the cleanup. They don't care about the loss of lives. For them, it's an experiment, and not just an experiment. This is not just an experiment, You need to understand what's really behind that. Who thought about, let's create a storm that will go to other people's countries and kill off people? Yeah, and ravage their countries. Rich people sit and discuss that, and they call meetings, big meetings, and they pop a champagne. Great idea. Let's go and kill some people in the Caribbean. Yeah, Jamaica. Jamaica has gold. And it's not just any gold, because Berwick is now down there. Berwick? Yeah, man, Berwick. Berwick is one of the biggest gold companies out there. Yeah, where when they are in your country, it means that the findings that they have found is unprecedented. The best quality, the highest grade, 24 karat gold, 16 and 20 and 24 karat, right there in Jamaica. Yeah, because if the storm comes, will it wash away the gold? No, not wash away gold. Yeah, will it wash away the copper? No, it not gonna affect that. It will affect the island so bad that it will force the country to actually allow us to come in as private companies who wants to invest into the country and help to build back the country. So let's just ravish it. Yeah, and just use our money and our influence to work our way in. It's very possible. I could be crazy. Usually for me, I do not like persons with who just simply creates hypothetical cases that doesn't have any backing. But this one must be taken seriously because the technology does exist. HARP, HAARP, you can go and read up on it. And I think DARPA, DARPA, Google and find out what these people do to create whirlwinds and tornadoes and hurricanes. Yeah, true. While we are going about our business thinking that this is naturally happening, and this is why this thing, it gets out of control, and because it's really not natural, it's really man-made, but yeah, it still have the same effect. And God is not pleased, and we should not be pleased either. If I were you, we should hunt down these companies. We should hunt them down like wild animals. For those of us who are going to lose our loved ones, for those of you who have already lost loved ones and thinking that this was just a natural occurrence from God, it wasn't. When it's God's hurricane, you will know. And to think about even how these storms are directed. I mean, the storm was coming and the projected path, and then an almost 90-degree turn. It's like a storm comes so, and then you have this big, and then it just branch off over here so to Jamaica. Like, hey, no. We want you to turn. And of course, could it be that the trough that is coming from the US to come down to meet the storm is what now creates the 90-degree angle? Because they have to create stuff to actually guide this storm to the designated islands that they want it to go. True. Believe me. I think that we're approaching the end of time. Robots now being chosen over human beings. I see where Amazon tomorrow, the 28th, will be firing 30,000 Americans will lose their jobs tomorrow. As a matter of fact, the deal or the plan is to fire 600,000 Americans. What do you think is going to happen to these people? You think that is it that Amazon is going out of business? No. Amazon already told you they're going to be replacing these people with humanoid robots. And the same thing that the Jamaican government is bringing in December. I see some labor rights who put out a nice little clip with a heavy weight thing crushing my head and them fingers that try to squeeze my face. Let me tell you this. I never told you that I can't die. But it will not be by the hands of none of you. And if it is by the hands of anyone of you, God have to permit that. And me can sit down around on a table and nyam with you. And you can't poison me. True. You see God when me serve? Powerful. Oh no! Now I'm nothing upon this boy. I may go anywhere me go. Because my heart clean. And you best believe there is more people that are for me than those who are against me. Be careful what you do. Because me not have to send nobody for you know. Them we find you know. Me not have to send nobody. Because me not do that. But you see people who love me and know what me I do. Then we find out.